Welcome to episode 105 of the Rise or Die podcast, Continuous Evolution. Welcome back, everybody, to the Rise or Die podcast, or now I should say video cast. This is the first edition of the video experience in the Rise or Die podcast. If you haven't been around for the last 104 episodes, the Rise or Die podcast was essentially created to bring transparency and show what the grind towards having it all really looks like. And by having it all, I mean not just business success, not just Ferraris, Lamborghinis, that sort of a deal. No, I want to make things very realistic. And by that, I mean we need to bring to light the fact that there's more to life than just business. Now, we're going to kick ass and take names on the money front, but too many people forget about marriage and faith and health. So the Rise or Die podcast was meant to cover all of this. It's called the Core Four: body, being, balance, and business. Now, I've made a ton of mistakes. In my first year of marriage, I was near the brink of divorce. At 19 years old, I was making $100,000 plus, but my life was an absolute wreck. So I made this podcast turned video series to expose what the grind really looks like. Because I believe we're all fed this myth that entrepreneurship is super sexy and it's all about making money, and money can cover a multitude of basically fuck-ups that you have in your life. Well, I want to debunk that myth. I want to show you what it means to actually grind and have it all. But in addition, one of the biggest points in all of this is to show you that you are not alone. I know for the longest time I felt like I was on my own little lonely island where no one could relate to me. No one could relate to being as ambitious in all areas as I was. Now, that finally started to change when I was about 21 years old. And now over the last 18 months or so, I've had a crazy journey full of ups and downs, as I've documented in the last 104 episodes. But I want to bring an all new level of experience for you. This is actually one of 3 video series that I'm starting. The other 2 are coming out over the next couple of weeks and are going to be on different topics. One is called Real and Raw Entrepreneurship, where I'm going to sit down with business leaders from all walks of life, various levels of success, all across many industries, and I'm going to have them share with you, so you're not just hearing it from me, what it means to have it all and be an entrepreneur. Then I'm going to do another one coming up called Adventure in Marriage, where guess what? I'm actually moving countries temporarily with my wife, scaling my business internationally, and I'm going to document the entire journey with my wife. So it's going to be about having a little bit of fun, a little bit about marriage. There's a lot going on. But the cornerstone to all of this comes back to rise or die. The belief that every single day we are going to rise or we are fucking dying. There's no middle ground. Any day that you're trying to just coast through life, you are slowly dying. You are killing yourself. So every day we're going to expand. Now, I thought Continuous Evolution was the perfect title for episode 105 because, well, this is the perfect example of the evolution of the Rise or Die podcast. We went from a shitty little podcast with horrible audio, horrible microphones, horrible everything, to now I'm bringing a video experience just for you to learn from my mistakes. I'm not a very personal person. I don't like being super vulnerable. Frankly, that's why I hid behind a microphone for the last 104 episodes. Problem is, I wasn't continuously expanding at the rate that I desired so badly to expand. And when I did some reflecting and tried figuring out where I was and what I needed to do to grow further, I realized I needed to get more vulnerable, more transparent, and bring more value to you. So this is the perfect example of what it means to rise or to die. This entire video series may get horrible reviews, may get awesome reviews. It may be super valuable to you, or you may find it absolutely pointless. But it's part of my own evolution and expansion. It's not just about trying to get good reviews and likes and so forth. It's about expansion for me. Because if I get in front of this camera, look you in the eye, and tell you I'm going to do something, guess what? I have to fucking do it. And if I come in front of this camera, look you in the eye, so to speak, and I tell you to do something or give you some sort of advice, I then have to level up myself. Anything that I tell you, I need to be here at if I'm going to expect you to be here. So evolution, continuous evolution is the key to our entire life. There is no end game to continuous expansion. You never arrive at the end of your journey. Life is continuously expanding and evolving. So this is my declaration. This is my commitment to you. I'm going to document the highs and the lows every single day on camera without exception for at least the next year, if not more. And I'm going to do it in Rise or Die. I'm going to do it across Real and Raw Entrepreneurship once a week. And I'm going to do it across Adventure and Marriage at least once a week. Those are all getting launched. But Rise or Die is a daily commitment from me to you to bring you real authenticity. Too many people bring you content to sell you courses and widgets and all sorts of shit. I'm never going to sell you. All I want to do is two things. And I mentioned this: bring you value and share with you mistakes that I've made and will make so that you don't have to take the hard route. But number two, you know that you are not alone when the going gets tough, when the grind gets really shitty, because you can see in these video episodes what others are going through. Now, with that being said, this is my continuous evolution, continuous expansion across body, being, balance, and business. Where do you need to expand and evolve the most right now? Is it in your faith in God? Is it in your business because you're making $30,000 and are broke as can be? Is your health an absolute wreck? Where do you need to improve across body, being, balance, and business? Now that's it for episode 105. Do me a favor, if you get any value out of this whatsoever, whether you're listening on iTunes, watching on YouTube, seeing this on Facebook, subscribe to this channel, give it a good review. I would certainly appreciate it. And if you tag me any comments or questions, I will absolutely respond to them personally myself. I don't give that to anyone on my team. I'm going to take the time to answer any questions that I can for you. In the meantime, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Have an awesome kick-ass day.